Spectre is not picked that much, but it is that weakness in the early game. If you get aggressive tri-lane against you from a Razor or Gyro or something like that when you're Spectre, it's much harder to pull the anti-mage play, running and switching lanes and farming jungle. You're slower than AM. That's what it comes down to. You can't blink, you have to use your dagger to even move faster, and it's super expensive early on. So Spectre just too hard to get away with.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
The old days.
Oh, she's a lot of fun to watch, and I think she can still have a massive impact in any game. But the downside is, of course, competitively, people will recognize that threat. Oh.
Well, we don't get to see this guy very often, especially considering we have a Lich and a Wisp together. They are not roaming ganking early on. This is all about control of Cloud9's lanes.
Yeah, they are going full dual lanes here, so they're going to have a Gyro Wisp lane, and they're going to have one Clockwork and Lich lane. And Lich Clockwork, that's a terrifying lane. I wouldn't want to go up against that with any form of tri-lane or possibly dual lane either.
Well, how do you even control that lane? Because you've got Lich you can sacrifice. The first creep wave may not even reach the IG players on the bot lane.
Yeah.
Because you get the cog block on the side and then the sacrifice.
Yeah, sacrifice is such a good skill, just denying so much experience from the enemy and keeping your lane back close to your tower. And also, you will always run the experience advantage. Later on, you will have some strong Novas to throw at them. This is... I want to see how IG how they react. Wrong, but C9 are doing.
Well, it looks like IG have the tools to try and take to Cloud9. You've got an Earthshaker as well as a Witch Doctor. These guys are fantastic for moving in behind towers. Of course, though, your Earthshaker is being run as a core, so maybe not so terrific.
Yeah, it could be that they want to go aggressive against this. If they just safe lane against Lich, very often you just run into trouble and start losing that lane. Lich, by the way, who has gone down bottom and already blocked up this small camp really nicely.
He moved very early on with both wards. Now, both these wards do block the camp, correct?
Yeah, both of them are actually blocking. So this is very hard to deward. You can't get one sentry to deward both of these, and that's why it's going to be hard.
Well, do they even, like, what's coming out? So we've got 2 sentries over on the Dazzle. So it'll be up to Faith to try and find him. But it looks like he's moving forward for an aggressive ward inside the lane, which is kind of funny if you throw this Observer ward down, because Cloud9 can keep the lane back basically in front of their own tower if they want to.
Yeah, when I look closer at it, I'm not 100% sure that the Observer ward is actually blocking, but the sentry for sure, and the Observer should be blocking. It's pretty much on the edge there. Anyway, I'm pretty sure they know what they're doing by now. So lane ward is being dropped bottom by IG, and they have a ward top as well. Scouting out, they're checking the rune here.
Yeah, but Eternal Envy is going to protect the top rune, and that means no tell. Welcome to an early bottle. Not 100% because he did spend up some money, and the M Spirit will take the other.
He had to buy that sentry so they could do what they were doing there on bottom lane. Seems that Lich is going to do what's very popular, just start out by denying mid once, and secure that Beastmaster's winning. He's up against the Solo Shaker mid, and it's actually a safe lane farming Ember.
Okay. Well, I suppose. Well, you're putting an Ember Spirit into a position though where Lich can just rotate down and keep the lane back.
Yeah, you do. I think that C9 are like right now they're going, oh, so these are your lanes, because they weren't 100% sure on this. They didn't reveal himself bottom. One nice D-ward there by Faith as he removes the Observer ward, but he's still gonna notice that it's blocked. Oh wow, he actually gets both. Oh, what?
Nice level.
Okay.
He's not even checking the normal spot. He
didn't even wait to see the. He didn't even wait to see if the camp spawned at the 1 minute. He just predicted that there's going to be 2 wards blocking us. What? That was.
He takes both.
Okay, Faith, I believe in you, dude.
We're going to check the Cloud9 heat maps of the wards directly after this game.
Maybe they've done this against them before or something.
Yeah.
Because that was very, very well done by Faith.
That was just full of prediction play.
Yeah, they had no vision of those wards being dropped as well. There's no way. So right now, very good for them. They have the pull. That's a good tool to deal with the Lich and Quirk. And yeah, they can definitely lane down there now. Mid lane is looking pretty hard for the Shaker still, but he's gonna get a lot of experience no matter what on this thing.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this almost feels like almost a throwaway lane. Like Ursha could get farm wherever you can, but you let Burning do the work on the top, and Ferrari just gets as much as he can out of this bottom lane. It's like making the best of a very passive situation from Cloud9.
Pretty much. So I think C9 are very happy with the mid lane, and the top lane though, not sure how it's gonna go. So far 5-2 for last, it's 6-2 on Gyrocopter, as it's 9-0 on Burning. If they can stop the Racer from completely taking over the lane, then they're in a good spot.
Well, maybe they can get a little bit more aggressive soon, because Notel has that bottle coming out and career him. It's still walking though. Obviously we have the 3-minute mark, and also had to take a bit of a trip down to the middle lane. And they took it back the very, very, very safe way. Back behind the tier 2 tower on top of 4, then ran up to the north.
Yep. All about keeping that safe. So bo2 running out and trying to contest here against the pull. He does manage to steal one of them. Steals, doesn't get a second steal, but he's here to take all of the shared experience, which is nice.
And in the meantime, Misery is getting the lane experience, so they're perfectly alright with this. You got a level 3.5 clockwork already, and Misery's about to crack level 3 too. And as he gets up in the levels, Ferrari, Stick Charge is going to give him a little bit more life to work with, but he's going to take a lot of harassment from that Frost Blast. Yeah,
definitely will. Like, you don't want to solo lane against the Lich, so it's fine if Clockwork runs out here and just starts contesting the pulse a lot, and lets the Lich one-on-one, because he really has the easier lane up against the Ember. And working out pretty well for them.
I'm wondering what kind of build as well we should be looking at coming in. Hello, Burning. Envy trying to go for it with a Rocket Barrage, hitting into Chuan pretty hard. He's already used a flank cannon, so they have to bail out of this one. But, okay, with Lich, we don't get to see him a hell of a lot of late. Nope. He goes to the second point up in the Frost Blast. What's your normal build? Are you looking for Ice Armor in this game?
You could definitely go one early point in Ice Armor, but I wouldn't say that you should skill it up a lot early on. Some people will do this, but I think more points to sacrifice and trying to win the lane even harder is definitely worth. When you're going up against an Ember, you can shut down his farm so hard. And besides, it's also going to increase your experience and make sure you always have mana for nuke and ulti. So we'll see what he decides to go for.
Well, they came over and took the pull at least. I also love the way that bo2 just cleans up a slot. He had 3 Tango charges and gave 3 shared Tangos directly over to Misery so he could open up the slot for his new boots.
Yeah, he needed someone to hold those Tangos. Dale doing some pulls top, just a lot of safe farming right now from both sides.
That's exactly what we expected though. Like, you're running a Wisp as well as a Lich. You're not going to be like, okay, let's go out and find a ton of kills. The only lane which has any level of aggression is in fact top lane for Cloud9, where they have that Wisp Gyrocopter combo, but it's up against a hero like Witch Doctor and Razor. Getting a kill against these guys is very, very difficult. Between Cask as well as just Passive bo2, a little bit of trouble as he gets Searing chained up. But with 250 life pool, he's got a lot to work with.
Yeah, very hard to go in for a kill there, as well as Dazzle, not the best aggression hero. You can't really dive in. Besides, there's the cogs and stuff to just stop. But when Ember hits level 6, he can actually start doing a little bit more.
And Lure has gotten so heavily outlaned here.
Yeah.
Like, while he might have caught up, and you're saying in the early stages you're getting experience, he's now just shy of level 5, while Beastmaster's already halfway through level 6.
He's not doing great, and there's haste rune on Beastmaster, so he could maybe even pursue a kill. Maybe not on Earth Shaker though, but if he has TP ready, which he does, he can maybe find a kill bottom before the Ember hits level 6.
If there's something else behind him, then maybe, but at the same time, if he cracks level 7 and gets like the top ball...
Yeah. The boar is such a terrifying creature. Like, it's really, really strong. However, it does give plenty of experience if you kill it. It gives 60 experience per boar. So, getting a last on those is really amazing.
But knowing how good Fader is over on that Beastmaster, the chance of him giving freebie over to Luo is...
you're gonna have to work for it.
Yeah,
for sure.
And Luo's actually preparing more stacks. So, but who's it really for? Is it for Ferrari to flash farm as the Ember Spirit? Is that where it all comes in? And in fact, now Fader has searched it out. Like, he brought a Hawk down, so he knows what's happening.
Yeah, and it could definitely be for Ferrari. It could also be for himself later on. He could even farm that with ulti. Early on, you don't have a very high chance of getting a kill with your ulti. But I don't like this skill build on the solo mid shaker. If you go solo mid shaker, I think you should just max up the totem and slam the boar or the Beastmaster. That way you can actually contest and fight. It's a very high damage spell, but He decided to go for 2 points in Aftershock, 2 points in Fissure, 1 in Totem. I just feel like he's not good at anything right now. He's a very all-round kind of bad shaker.
Yeah, what does that build even do for you? Like, is there any situation when you play an Earth Shaker where you'd want to have like the extra little bit of damage and stun time?
Well, he knows that he can kill this stack now. If he kills the small creep, he's gonna get a level up. He's gonna stack it one more time though. You have to contest that.
Razor not having a good time on top. Envy, no. He's already given it the cooldown, but he gets the TP support up from Ferrari, and now Notel has to tether himself over, keeping Eternal Envy up to the Rocket Barrage. Ferrari can't find the kill, and they commit so many spirits, but now Misery also arrived into the Rocket Barrage. Ferrari dropping so low, and he'll die over in the tree line. First blood goes to the Wisp. Not only do Cloud9 force a rotation, but they get a kill on the core.
Yeah, that is so terrible for IG. And I can't help but feel that that was a misplay as well by Ferrari actually just jumping after the gyrocopter when he knows there's a Wisp who just ran away into the fog of war. Like, the Wisp is always going to heal up that carry. You can't go like that. That's the power of the Bottle Wisp. It's going to do so much for you.
Their upside is they brought both of the players of Cloud9 down from the bottom lane.
That is true.
You've got a walk from Bo2 to get down there. In fact, he's going to stop in the mid, and they're going to send Fada down to the bottom. He's already going for the 8-minute rune, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Bait is going to be happy just solo laning down here. He hasn't skilled up 2 of his points right now. He's like, yeah, I think I'll need Grave, but I don't need it just yet. They're going to go out and contest a rune.
They're coming for the stack.
Yeah.
The Hawks are watching it so closely, and they know, like, Eternal Envy just needs a couple of seconds. Now, Chuan, they don't have any vision here at the moment, so they haven't scouted out the fact that Cloud9 are moving through the jungle, and then both Call Down, Flat Cannon, Barrage, they'll take the whole shebang, but Notel's took a 2 bottle targets, so the damage which Envy took is going to be repaired. And the boards are running patrol function right now.
Oh man, you could just see Luo saw that and he was like, no, my comeback mechanic. And dude, I was happy to see the mid shaker, but I cannot see how this is gonna work out. The 3 points in Aftershock.
He went 3 now?
Yeah, I mean, you want to max either Fissure or Jan Totem, I think. Maxing Aftershock is just a very strange build. This is...
Maybe when you get the early Blink Dagger...
Yeah, if you do. Like, if you have early Blink, then this can be a strong build.
Yeah, but the issue he's having right now is being so out CS in the mid lane that he's not finding the money to get the Blink Dagger, and Cloud9 have come online. As they flip the hook shot Bo2, and now he can take that one back because Burning, he is just getting completely done by Eternal Envy. Clockwork was going to get the kill into the call down. Fate, a second Rocket Barrage. This is Cloud9. They're on a rampage. The TP out from Dazzle will protect him. There was no battery assault to use, so he'll keep himself alive, but this tower will not be.
Yeah, they get the kill there, and they're also pressuring the tower, but at the same time, they are also the ones farming on the other lanes. Like, they have Lich farming up, Ember is not doing too well against him, and meanwhile, Fa has been farming mid. So
he's farming so much too that Necro book isn't far away.
Yeah, you will have it soon. Necro book is going to be really strong in this game as well. You can do so much with it. It's always a powerful tool when you're playing in Beastmaster.
Especially too when you're looking at a team which is a long way up getting any kind of BKBs. And when Ember Spirit gets hit by 1, that's a level 4 Frost Boss by Misery, but takes half the life of Ferrari off. It's kind of funny, like, you always think, and like, I don't want to say the word passive before, when you look at both a Wisp as well as Lich together, you do think the word passive laning phase, but when they find levels, these guys actually do a hell of a lot of damage, be it through Spirits or be it through Frost Blast, and we're not even taking into account what would happen if Clockwork gets a 2-man cog, and then you let off that Lich ulti. That Chain Frost is going to force IG to split so heavily.
Oh, definitely. The damage potential is there. It's just the first 10, maybe even up to 15 minutes are going to be very stale from the Lich, but then he can start moving and doing stuff as well. He's going to try and farm up for whatever item he wants. If he's going
they're going to kill bottom.
Yeah, they're going to try and dive this. They played a ward that's going to be spotted by the sentry that was already there.
You're just looking at Bo2's positioning. Like, okay, you lost your Observer Ward, that's not terrific, but you can keep using your Rocket Flare to get a little bit of a look. And he keeps moving himself into this fog of war just a little bit off to the side, so IG is really scared the fact he's just going to hook shot in. But the rest of Cloud9, it's a bait. They're ready to go for mid.
Yeah, they're just, you know, feigning some aggression bottom and now looking for this shaker on mid. They know he should be close to Blink Dagger. When you're solo midding, like 11 minutes in, 12 minutes in, that's roughly your blink timing on a lot of heroes.
They're inching the Wisp illusion so you can see what's going on. So Luca will see him. And now, Burlington is just an illusion, but Eternal Envy lets the Rocket Barrage go. Call down gets the last crack in. Ferrari might have arrived in the mid in the paralyzing cast, making life a little bit difficult, but the relocate, they actually took him down to bottom lane. That relocate was underneath the tower. I'm not quite sure why NoTal did this.
Yeah, and
is he coming back with Envy? Try and fight this one. The Roar's over on Ferrari. He has to spirit himself away, and now NoTal helping out Fada. The paralyzing car still bouncing around, causing a couple of issues, and NoTal dropping very low, but the one shot to keep him up, and Eternal back to the front lines, picking up his second kill of the game. And, well, Ferrari, they know where he put the spirit. He'll jump back over to it in a moment. He is very low and no mana. 2 stick charges, but that's all he's got home. Right to write home about.
Yeah, no options really to chase Ember there, but they're just crushing every fight. IG need to be able to kill the Wisp somehow, position themselves so that they can punish him. Ember is a great hero to do so, but they need to be ready for their initiations.
Ember may not be anymore. That Blade Nicholas, 12.5 minutes in, finished over on bo2. IG are going to get to a point where they're going to kill themselves. They don't even have the ultimates. Like there's no Weave, there's no Eye of the Storm, not leveled up yet because he's not high enough for it, and the Witch Doctor doesn't even have his Death Ward. So there's no punishment coming out from IG that would at least make IG think twice.
Yeah, that's also normally what happens. Like if Wisp gets an early level 6, you can do so much. You can start abusing the map. They even did a weird relocate here, but they still managed to turn it out into a nice kill there on the Razor. They got that. And this is top lane now gonna go aggressive on Ferrari here. They have the Roar available.
Yeah, but you've also gonna have that Spirit from Ferrari. At least he should have one up, but bo2, yep, there goes your Spirit jump back to the tier 1 tower.
If you could have got the hook there, Gyrocopter chasing her. Wow, not even chase, just instant kill on the Dazzle.
They're relocating. They're coming up to the top lane right now. They're looking for Ferrari. They knew he'll actually up himself down and away, and Eternal Envy, he's too far away from Ferrari to catch up to him, but they can pick the tier 1 tower. Now these Necro units are moving around for Beachmaster.
Yeah, and
this tower he's got level 2 as well.
He has to use all of them aggressive or defensively as well. Bottom now, they got Envy here. Death Ward is down, but Burning dies.
He still kills Burning, and NoTal they actually live. It's a level 1 Death Ward, and there was no mana for an Echo Slam, and Envy wants to go more.
Yeah, he could. He has heal from the Wisp again. He has turn.
Yeah, there they jump up, and goodbye Chuan. This is a massacre, an absolute massacre.
Things are failing very rapidly here, and at this point, I'm starting to think, what is even the salvation? Like, when you get your Blink Dagger and Shaker, how much is that gonna help you?
The only thing that's gonna
salve, man, from C9.
The only salvation is Divine Intervention. Like, that's all. Like, IG are so far behind. You are reaching almost a 10,000 net worth advantage. It's not that yet, but it's getting there. For Cloud9, your experience is over 8.5k. There's so much coming their way. All their calls. You've got Envy at 7.1k net worth. The nearest you've got is an Earthshaker at 3.5k, who's still 100 gold away from completing his first item, and that's his Blink Dagger. And when you've got that, you're kind of at a point where a level 1 Echo Slam won't do enough damage to Cloud9 to phase them.
I mean, it would if they stacked up, but Cloud9 are just playing all over the map as well. I don't think Blink Dagger is the item that's going to actually win this game. They needed some damage or some control. Or maybe just they needed more. Because right now, as you said, Envy is topping their 2 tops in net worth. He's pretty much summing them up and going like, yeah, that's my bank account.
I don't even know how you kill him. Like, there's a sun flying out in the courier right now to Eternal Envy. He's got drums completed, wand, treads, Aquila. Like, if you're looking for the sweetest position you could be as a Gyrocopter in the early game, Envy has found 5 kills, almost 100 CS. He'll have 100 CS after the status drop.
Radiant's middle tower.
Like, this is a field day for Cloud9.
Yeah, he's having an amazing time. And there's no map control right now for IG at all. At least they're farming aggressively with Ferrari on top. But
it takes so long for Ferrari to come online.
Yeah.
Like, when does Ferrari actually become useful for his team?
Yeah, and the amount of vision also that C9 have with the Hawk constantly scouting. The Dazzle is now pursuing it, trying to find the Hawk and the deep ward between the tier 1 and tier 2 mid. There's just nowhere to go. They're being revealed. The Necro 3 is online. 16 minutes in, this tier 1 tower mid is definitely dead. I don't even think he needs to use it here. He's gonna go for a kill with it.
The boars are doing it. Not even risking himself. Misery is frost armoring the boars.
Yeah,
just to make life even more difficult.
It's his dogs, dude.
He's got level 2 frost armor as well. So we're gonna start adding, like, okay. So you're gonna add armor to all of Cloud9. you're not even doing enough damage from the Ember Spirit and the Razor to start with. When they start getting attack slowed from the first armor, I don't know, Luo's moving forward. Okay, so we get the Fissure on Fader, and then defensively blinks away. Now, these Necro units are going to keep the push going. Eternal Envy won't take long to mop the creep wave, so it's just a 5-man mode for Cloud9.
They can definitely just go and take this tier 2 mid, and that's also where we see Ferrari push for tier 1. They need to get, I mean, they're relocating bottom. Going on burning here, he can't get out. He should just...
They looked around the trees a little bit too much. The call down, however, Faith almost dies to just this. But they'll come back to the middle lane. That's where Ferrari thinks there is an opportunity. But it's only No Tail that returns, and you've still got Misery sitting there with his ultimate burning. Just walked out to him. Roared axe. If they need to, they'll commit the frog. They don't even need to. Wiz just tethers through with the slight style points.
Burning, too aggressive there. I don't know. Maybe he was trying to bait for the Shaker.
But the Shaker didn't have mana.
Shaker was too low. Yeah, I'm not sure. They were not on the same page there. IG and this tower is starting to look a little bit forfeit. But C9 are backing up, actually.
Are they moving for Roshan?
Maybe. Maybe they just want to reset because they don't have ultis anymore. They don't have cooldown.
This is just going to be cruel if... Okay, if like Fada doesn't have himself a Blink Dagger, so he can't catch up to the point booster on the Courier.
At least they get the point booster over to Tron. So he's rushing the Aghanims on Witch Doctor. I think that's actually a way they can turn this. But right now, it's 0 and 8, and they're so far behind.
By the time you think you can turn it, you're probably going to be able to get... If you want to look at him directly, get a Crimson Guard. You could take some time as well and buy a full Greaves. Like, fast farming so quickly, he could do that.
Yeah. Crimson Guard wouldn't do anything, though, against the Death Ward.
Yeah, good point. I don't know why they get a physical damage counter to it.
Yeah, but that's true. They could have the full Greaves later on. It's farming up a lot on multiple heroes. Lich is going for the mech, and I think he has the full thing. Yeah, he does indeed. And this is a terrible spot. If we've seen any disaster game here at TI, this is definitely one of the top ones.
This is the most one-sided game we have ever cast from the TI group stages. It's even the wildcard matches.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's 14k.
And it's 14k. As we mentioned before this game as well, this is a very important one because this is the battle for who's going to get into the top 4 pretty much. Yep. I mean, obviously it's not deciding game or whatever, but there's not too many games remaining. Both these teams, this is their 5th game. And there's only 7 series to play.
So Cloud9 are going to start Roshan now.
Yep.
The Necro units, the full SMY done for Envy, sub 20 minutes. And they can just give Aegis the Immortal. At this point though, like, do you even need to give the Aegis to Envy? He's opening up the spot for it, and it is Envy. It is
Roche attack speed. It's just nothing. Sorry, just enjoying that.
Even his damage into Fada's not doing anything.
Yeah, they're just gonna pick it on Envy standard stuff and dive in. So it could be as aggressive as everyone wants to be when you're playing the
a 10k net worth shy of 20 minutes. Burning is also too far out, so the Raw's going to begin. Even the Necro units will come to work on him. And the call down is well fade. There's nowhere to go. He might have got the Shallow Grave on Burning, but only delaying the inevitable. And Envy, well, Ferrari, he finishes the TP in and then instantly jumps away, which just isolates Chuan. And they may even just call GG now. Like a GG call before you even lose your tier 2 towers. Is there any hope?
I honestly don't see much hope, but they have to try to do something. But again, as you mentioned, the level 1 Shaker ulti, he's level 9 for God's sake. Like, there's a level 12 Beastmaster. At this point, I can honestly say Shaker ulti is not going to be nowhere near enough. It needs a lot more.
Yeah, this is... think happy thought, Peter Pan, fly my pixie dust. Because right now, IG, they need to find a way to fly away from this game.
Fly away, IG. Fly away.
Even both of them sitting on 2.4k gold.
Yeah.
Like, okay, and there you just put it straight over on a 4-star. Even Misery is made. Like, after buying a full mech, let's put up another 1,300. He's gotten the call down. Getting hit 3 with a rocket barrage. Envy just going to go to town. You've got the Lich Chain Frost bouncing up. Italy's ensure 2 kills here with another hook shot coming in. He couldn't actually reach Ferrari, actually getting in the back of Fader. Yeah. But there's still 2 heroes done.
And they have the Necrobook push is still available, and Gyrocopter Aegis is still up.
And it's 13-0. Like, it's the unluckiest number for IG right now.
Talk about going into a match and getting that confidence boost from your first game.
It's more of a confidence boost. You feel like you're on top of the world. Like, an IG, they're driving the Titanic. You know it's going to crash and burn in just a moment.
I don't know, it was meant to be unsinkable, Toby. What happened?
Close the doors. There goes your tier 3 tower. The weave is having its effect again, but also Cloud9, they were at max weave duration when they went on the high ground before, and IG didn't even give, like Cloud9 didn't even care. They just kept walking. They've still got this Aegis the Immortal. It's only 2 minutes through the Aegis the Immortal duration.
Yeah, and looking at it...
It's money! He can actually just buy a relic if he wants to at the moment, and he'll buy an Eagle Song. He's going to go into the Butterfly.
Yeah, going for that Butterfly. Very strong item, Gyrocopter. And at this point in time, we're 22 minutes in, and they're roughly 21, 20... Yeah, they're closing up on the 22,000 gold advantage.
You're going to Solar Crest on No Tail.
And Vanguard.
Lich is actually working into the Vanguard.
He's going for that Crimson, dude. He's gonna stop the Slider Fist damage.
Yep, that'll be it.
I mean, there's not even a Battle Fury on Ember yet, and Lich is looking like he might even have his Crimson Guard before the crits are coming up.
It's optimistic for Ferrari to think he'll finish this.
Yeah.
Like, well, he could sell his bottle and his wand. But
they just gotta keep pushing out the side lanes. They still have not lost any racks, at least, but how do you still push it? Just like Clockwork, Wisp, and Beastmaster?
You don't. Like, there's no way. Like, it's just not possible. it's death time. Like, the BT's been purchased on the Beastmaster, so he can instantly join the fight as well. Evie just walked up. He's got an Aegis the Immortal, so he doesn't really care too much. If anyone comes close enough, they'll turn the Fly Cannon on, do as much damage as he can. He's homing missile zoning out Luo. That's a level 2 one, so it actually deals a decent amount of damage, puts his Blink Dagger back on the cooldown, and in the meantime, Necro...
I mean, the racks are gone. There's no way to fight this.
Well, we're going to fortify it at least. The Hawk from Father has also been put down. There's a Sentry Ward on the deck outside the base, so they do see that Hawk position, but Envy, like, there's just no fear, and there's no retaliation from Invictus Gaming. Yeah. They sit there with not a care in the world.
They're just gonna go bottom as well. You know that this is not the only lane that they're gonna take. They're gonna keep going in this very push.
The only thing that protects IG is the tier 2 tower on top from Megas. And it's only protecting them from Megas. When they lose 2 sets of racks in this game, there's just no hope. Seven's still waiting for the perfect hook position.
Envy going through the enemy base. Like, that's when you know you're confident. If you go inside the enemy base from lane to lane instead of going around it.
When you're still up against 5 full heroes with like max life, max mana, and all ultis available.
And you don't care.
Yep. Ferrari's going to try and slide a fits. It doesn't dodge the rocket, they'll just kill it off the old-fashioned way, breaking out their smoke. And the Weave is on Envy and Misery, but then you give him the Frost Armor as well as the Solar Crest. And he was up at plus 15 on all of his 18 he already has.
It's a very high armor hero, and he gets even more. It's just insane how tanky the hero gets. And that's with having Weave, so... This is crazy.
Oh.
I have not seen a more dominating performance at all during this TI, and it takes a while to think about any more dominating performance.
So at least Envy doesn't have the Aegis, but at this point, with just Black Kennedy kills off Dazzle, Chalk's gonna drop. It's over. GG.
Oh, 16 Toby. The disaster has struck.
I think this is a revenge for ESL1 Frankfurt 2014. Remember what Invictus Gaming did to evil geniuses. This has just been returned to Invictus Gaming in the most one-sided game of TI.
C9 are like, we got your back, EG. We remember. Never forget. 16-0.
There's no words more that could be spoken on this one apart from I'm going to remove a foot from